Welcome to seeitdrive.com, and this time we're taking a look at the all-new VE SS Commodore, and what a exciting machine we had the pleasure to drive not too long ago. This car is spectacular. Beads of sweat were pouring from my forehead the moment I stepped inside it. 270 kilowatts of power. Unbelievable.
I lent this car to someone who works with us, who drives HSV Calais. He came back with literally beads of sweat on his brow. Absolutely blown away, didn't get it out of second gear.
And of course we drove the 6-speed manual, which is new for Holden. They haven't offered that in the past. And
Great gearbox, unbelievable gearbox. Just short little gates, really easy to use. It's actually been a while since I've driven a manual, and I've never driven a manual this powerful. But most of the people watching this wouldn't have driven a V8 manual, and you just can't believe the amount of power that is under the bonnet of this car. This thing, you put your foot down, you can...
Well, it all happens so quick, you forget to change gears.
Absolutely.
You hit second, you're doing 80.
But also, as an auto driver who forgets to change down gears or up gears, mate, I did U's in third gear. This thing has torque like nothing else. It's unbelievable.
And not just off the mark, what about on the freeway? You can be cruising along in 6th gear with cruise control on,
I did that on the Ep3 freeway, coming down the Mooney Bridge, 115, 118 on cruise control, 6th gear, came down the bridge, not a problem. Going up, I thought I'm going to have to change gear here, not a problem. Went up the hill entirely in 6th gear, didn't miss a beat. That is just remarkable.
Sitting
stuff.
on just under 2,000 revs too.
It's just an impressive little powerhouse. Let's look at the overall package. This thing looks fantastic. Now, black is a very striking colour for a hotted up, powerful car. So that in itself helped this car. I've seen it in that goldy colour they're promoting. I actually don't like it.
Not a fan of that colour at all. Sort of that burnt orange look. No,
the
not a go.
The black is just damn impressive. The SS badge on the side stands out. The V8 badge on the side
with
stands
the
out.
6-litre written in, just in case you forgot, 6-litre V8 engine written on the side.
That rear spoiler is just great, although, gee whiz, it gets in the way.
In terms of rear vision, but, that's the case of all SS Commodores in the past, and it's always going to be the case.
So styling and stance on the road, big rims. This thing is unbelievable.
Yeah, 18-inch rims, and with
get the SSV,
19.
And you've got bigger rims. I'd hate to think how that thing would look, but
or to replace a tyre.
Well, exactly. The cost would be enormous. Anyway, the VE SS. I find it hard to get away from talking about how powerful it is and how bloody good it looks. But we've got to do that. Let's sit inside it and have a look at the car overall. Now, we didn't get any footage of it because I just plain forgot. But driving this thing at night time, it's a red glow. It's quite unbelievable, actually. Every instrument, every part of the dash that lights up, every display is red digital. And geez, it is bright. You can dim it, but it's just an amazing feeling to have everything in this. It's not orange. BMWs are orange. Some cars are green, yellow, whatever. This is bright red. It's magnificent. Sitting in the car day to day though, beautiful, comfy seats. Again, this is probably a V versus an SS version. The manual seats, I just think for this sort of car, put the automatic adjustable seats in, but
that's right, it was manual adjustment.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking they're the little things they scrimp and save to get this thing down to a $45,000 car,
which provides you with performance you'd be getting for $250,000.
You mentioned to people who you rock up to beside them in the lights that this thing's worth $45,000. They're thinking about driving away and trading in right there and then. Anyway, you're sitting in the car. It's great to sit in. It's great, very comfortable. The steering wheel, I actually really like the steering wheel in the new VE range. I think it's comfortable and I think it's very user-friendly. It's disappointing to have the functional or sporty dash. I actually don't know which one it is in this, but the bottom line, it's the one...
This is the sporty dash.
It's the one without the screen. Yeah. I'm telling you, you can't have a VE without that screen. What we're talking about here is, and we'll just show a quick clip of the Calais, which has got the 6-inch screen in it, which controls all your audio. Now, back to the SS, this has got your normal old knobs and dials. Now, it works well. Again, we'll mention this was a pilot vehicle, a pre-production vehicle, so we had a few issues with the aircon and the like, but we're assuming those issues were ironed out in production. But, in terms of user-friendliness, the buttons and dials were fine. I just think that they've developed an amazing audio system in the luxury dashboard, and I think they should implement it more wide-ranging.
I wasn't impressed at all by the centre console screen. It looks like a game of Space Invaders from 1982.
On the SS, it's up high. It's actually weird to look at, and I tell you what, the red's bad. At night time, it's actually really weird to use, and it just looks cheap. I think what you were saying there was like Pac-Man. I mean, It's even the Saab that we drove in a recent episode had a much better screen. That was much smaller. This is a big screen. They could do so much more with it. It's dot matrix. It's little dots, like LED display, and it's unimpressive, and it is a bit disappointing. But then this is a sports car. This is a car for a bloke who wants to put his foot down and go nuts. This is a car for a bloke who wants to drop his foot. This is a car that still has some of the great things about the new V, the stance, the rigidity, the dashboard, the actual instrument panel. It's fantastic. I think the layout on that across the range is brilliant, and it's got that trip computer and computer generally that controls all the security and lighting functions, which I think is fantastic. And I think we'll see a lot of manufacturers in Australia picking that up. Look, it's really hard to fault this car.
We can fault it. There are certain aspects of the interior that we weren't too impressed by.
Again, we hope it's a pre-production issue, but look, it didn't seem to come together well. It didn't seem to be all that put together well, but we go back to the fact that it's actually really good materials. It's not fake leather looking. It's not pretending to be something else. It's a nice quality interior. It's European in a sense, but I think I have been a little disappointed across the VE range with this whole European car thing. They've gone for that whole, we're going to be BMW and all that sort of stuff. It's not. This is not a European car interior. This is not as good a quality, I'll give you that. But it's 1,000% better than any Commodore before this one.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. And look, at the back, it's quite striking from the back as well. You've got the quad tailpipes, which is very European in itself.
Oh, yeah.
Which comes standard with the V8. If you get the V6, the premium V6, you get, I think, 2 single exhaust pipes, and the base model, the Omega, just has the single exhaust pipe.
So, and the big boot. The size of the boot on these things is unbelievable.
The SS V8, it really is Australia's new muscle car king, undoubtedly, surely.
Absolutely. I've seen some comparisons already, on the road test with the XR8. Different models. I'm trying to think, the XR8 Boss, or whatever they call it,
yep.
the top of the line thing. And they've actually compared the SSV to that, which is, ballpark, completely different cars, and this thing just flogs it. Now, it's the bottom line is it sets a completely new benchmark, and that can't be understated. This is a new benchmark for Australian-built cars. It's fantastic handling, fantastic performance, very good quality interior, very well-designed car. I just can't think of too many things to go wrong about this car. It's all about the packages, and I think that's where people are going to struggle when they walk into a dealership and go, well, I want a V8, I want an SS, but I really like that, that center console, audio thing. So they're looking for the stereo, and you're going to have to upgrade, and you're probably going to have to upgrade above what you want to do. And I think they're going to catch a few people out there. But hey, that's what Holden do, and good luck to them. This is an amazingly powerful car. I can imagine how they're going to be used by people out at Eastern Creek Drags and stuff. It'll be great fun car, and look, you'll hear that beautiful murmur from a V8 VE Commodore around the streets often.
It's a sound you just can't beat, Trevor. It's addictive. The adrenaline pumping through your body is incredible. I wouldn't suggest for those who aren't that into driving, they get the 6-speed manual. In city traffic's a little bit awkward with that much power on tap.
That's a manual versus auto thing just generally though, isn't it? Although, this, having said that, it's that whole thing, you forget to change gears. You really can potter around in second and third gear.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, yeah.
It's amazing.
Once you get used to it,
but,
you can.
If you're looking for a city vehicle, get the auto, because it's silly not to. I'm sure the performance would be just outstanding in that as well. Having a manual was a bit of a gimmick for us, and I totally enjoyed it, but wow, what a powerful car.
Beautiful car, big V8, 270 kilowatts of power, the all-new SS VE Commodore. We drove it.